Hey YouTubers, what's up? It's your boy Happy Chap here. Welcome back to another Tutorial Tuesday. And on this one, we're doing another top 3 early game farms. Now there's no troll farms in this one. These ones are all legit. Okay, now the first one up on the list is going to be a villager breeder. This one's stupid simple. It only requires 2 villagers. It is expandable and upgradable. And these are the resources here that you need for the entire farm. And if you do want to upgrade it, you can bring along another composter and 3 extra beds. And then 2 more villagers too as well. Which I mean, you can just use these guys to breed up that pair. And then the desired crop that you're going to need for the breeder. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do for this farm is we're going to find the center of it. And we're going to dig out 1 block and we're going to put some water inside of it. And then we're going to till out 4 blocks each direction, making an entire little crop field here. Okay, now on the back side of the farm, what you're going to do is you're going to dig out 2 holes like so. And you're just going to put the beds in the ground. Then you're going to take your crops and plant all of your crops all over this little crop field here that we made. And then on this end, what you're going to do is you're actually going to make a little double pillar here on each side. Once you have those 2 things done, you're going to take your composter, place it in the center above the water like so, so that way nobody gets on top. You might actually want to bring along some extra blocks just to do something like that, so that way the farmers do not actually jump on top of the composter. And then what you're going to do is you're going to surround the entire farm with your walls that we did bring along with us. And you want to make sure that it is too high on the backside here, right where these guys are going to be sleeping. And then now we need to get these villagers in place, kind of sitting in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a boat. Okay, and with both guys in, you can see one guy has actually already taken up the trade, which is perfect. And now to basically keep them in place, all we're going to do is take our first trapdoor. We're going to put it here, so that way they can't walk under it, but we still can. Now what we're going to do is starting right here underneath this trapdoor, we're actually going to dig a 2 deep trench. Or sorry, a 3 deep trench that is 2 wide. We're going to put a trapdoor on either side of these, and we're going to close those both down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take another bed, and we're just going to place it right here. And on the fly, I decided to put, you know, the walls there behind those guys in order to protect them so they don't spawn an iron golem. But I was actually going to use those walls to protect this bed here. So what you need to do is have it so that nobody else can link up to this bed. You want those 2 to link up to those ones there, and this one to be the spare for them to be able to spawn a baby villager. So you can see you only need 9 extra walls. So I'll make sure I put that in the materials list at the beginning too as well, okay? But now, essentially, you are done. I mean, you might want to decorate this thing and put some lights on it, so that way the crops grow faster at nighttime. But now you'll see at night, these guys should link up to those beds, go to sleep, and this bed can be used as the spare in order for them to breed and produce villagers for you. So you are going to want to throw these guys as many crops as you can, and that way you can see, yeah, they're already going to start to trade, so yeah, they can do their thing in the morning. I'll show you guys a little time lapse of how this thing works. And there you go. Essentially how this works is you're going to get a new villager basically every single morning, no matter what. Now, if you want to get more villagers through the day, all you have to do is basically put more beds on the opposite side, and these guys will constantly breed. Now, it is possible to upgrade this with 2 farmers per crop field, but just be prepared for more villagers than you're ever going to need. Okay, now this next one up on the list is going to be the raid farm. Now, these are the items that you're going to need here. The glass and the actual builder blocks are optional. You can just use the blocks that we're going to be digging out of the ground in order to create this. But yeah, you need the 2 water buckets in order to create a water source, because we're putting down at least 6 water sources. Okay, now the first thing you're going to want to do is you're actually going to want to dig out a 9x9 area, just 1 block deep like so. And then on the back side, what you're going to do is you're going to take your 6 builder blocks that we brought, and you're going to make a nice little 3 high wall. Well, it's going to be 2 high, but with the dug down, it's going to be 3 high like so. We're going to go sign, 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 sign in front of that one, and then another sign on top of it. You have to shift click in order to get all of this, so yeah. And then you're just going to place a lava bucket right there. On top of this, we're going to put a temporary block with a slab in front of it like so. And then right below the lava, right here, what we're going to do is we're going to dig down 26 blocks in total. That's 1. Okay, so 26 blocks from the very top, the first one that we dug down, to right here, this one, that's 26 blocks. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to clear forward a little bit like so, just to make ourselves a little bit of room. And this block that we're standing on, we're actually going to swap it out for a slab, just like that. Now we're going to dig this room down and we're going to make it underneath the slab, just one block. With our chest, and then our hopper is going to go into that. So you can just remove this slab, hopper, slab on top, and from right there, that's 26 blocks straight down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 26 is this one right here. Slab on the 27th block, hopper, and then chest. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to replace these blocks, making it only one half slab, opening right here. And now what you have to keep in mind is that when the raid comes down, you do not want to stand anywhere where you can be seen by the evoker. This is a one-hit kill all the way down to here. So as long as you have your sweeping edge on your sword and they fall down, you should be able to one-hit slice them and no vex spawn whatsoever. But if they see you, if you're standing like here trying to be cool or something and watch them fall down, if they see you, I mean, you're a dead man. That's all I'm going to say. You're dead. Vexes are going to spawn. You're going to freak out. You're going to blame me. Don't let them see you. Now you just got to dig your way back up to the surface. You can do bubble elevators. You can do whichever you want. Just whatever you do, don't bring yourself somewhere up here in the middle of your farm, because we're going to be putting water in here in just a second. Now what you're going to do is just below the surface here, you want to just dig yourself a little room. And this is where you're going to put your bed, your composter for this guy. To be honest with you, I don't even know if you need the composter, but you do need to kind of like mimic a village. And you're going to take your villager, plop him in a boat. Oop. Drop him down in the hole. And then, like I said, this is where your glass can kind of come into play. So you can just kind of cover this up. You get down there. And there we go. He is good to go. He'll probably wake up with his head halfway through the glass. So you might actually want to make it one block deeper. Like that. Just so that way he doesn't wake up with his head in the blocks or the glass or whichever you put here. And yeah, end up dead. So that's 4 blocks deep in total. Cover him over. Like I said, this can be glass or solid blocks. We're going to use glass. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our water sources and we're going to place one here, another one here in the corner, one more in the middle, and then we're going to put one more in front of this corner one, okay, giving it a little two-way like that, another one the same on the other side, and then we need to just push it a little bit further along. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave a 2-block gap. So we place water here, 2-block gap, water. Do the same thing on the other side, water source there, 2-block gap, water. And now we're going to take some of this grass that we dug out and we're going to make these corners 3 like so. Okay, so fill these in. And then to get rid of all of these dead spots, all we're going to do is take one more water source. So we've got one here in the center, one there, and one there beside it. Now I'll draw a little picture in order for you guys to understand, how it is. But essentially, this is what your water should look like. It should all be flowing towards that hole, and you shouldn't need a sign in order to stop the water from going down that. But now we are done. So now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to kind of show you guys in another location how this works, because you do not want to build your raid farm like this around your villager breeder or around your farms or anywhere around your base. You want this to be isolated out and away from everything. Okay, so you can see we have the raid incoming, and here they are, 1-hit kill at the bottom. If you place a bell at the bottom of your thing, you can see when all the pillagers are getting kind of stuck up there and doing their thing. Now, there is a little bit of hang up, but they do eventually all fall down. I mean, you can make the wider version if you would like to. It's just 3 wide, But as you can see, this is still good enough. So here comes the second wave now. And if you're wondering how this is so efficient, and now these guys are coming in so fast, well, I'll show you here in a second. Well, it's because I've just built a platform in the sky. That's why. Okay, this one has some Ravagers, so they should be getting burnt up at the top. There was an Evoker, no issues. There's another one, no issues. And it looks like the Ravager is getting burnt up. Yep, Ravager is dead. And now we're just waiting on the pesky witches. And there we go. Once we've got the raid victory, you can see it's not that hard. It's even a nice little mob trap because this guy is so close to the surface, which is pretty decent. I'm pretty sure that was only Bad Omen, maybe 3, 2. Oh, excuse yourself. So yeah, there it is. There's the raid farm. Like I said, it's a very simple build. Okay, and the last one up on the list is going to be the automatic crop farm. So this one has changed a little bit since the 1.14 version that I have done. So yeah, these are the materials here you're going to need. Just your wall blocks in order to surround a crop farm, you know, your composter to make a farmer, minecart with hopper, a single trapdoor, a single slab, your collection stuff, and then your rail. You just need a single rail in order to put it down. I don't know why I got 2. And then your, yeah, crop of choice that you need. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is, per usual, find, you know, the center of your farm, place down a water source, and then till out 4 blocks each direction, making yourself a nice little 9x9 crop area. Okay, once you have your little crop area done and complete, what you're going to do is you're going to come in line with the middle here, and you're going to dig out 2 blocks like so. Make that 3 blocks, actually, and this is where your double chest is going to go with your hopper running into it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to surround this entire farm with your walls that you brought along, leaving a 1 block gap in the center here. This is where you're going to be getting your 1 villager in place. And now's a good time for you to actually plant your crops too as well. Okay, once you have your crops in place, you're going to want to place down a composter with a solid block above it, or even 2 blocks above it. That way the farmer himself won't actually try to jump up on top of it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get your 1 villager in place, and he should take up the farmer's trade. And then we're going to take our minecart and rail. So we're going to put down a rail, minecart with hopper. We're going to remove the rail from below it. And then above it, what we're going to do is we're going to place a trap door, and that's going to stop this guy from being able to push this rail around. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring a wall up and over with a single one in front of it too, which is going to prevent him from jumping up onto the corners. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to build a little cubby for this guy. So we're going to bring our walls out just like so. We're going to dig this down 1 block, and we're going to put a slab in the bottom of it. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to push our villager down into that little cubby. Or he can walk down there. We're going to put a wall in place on the backside here in order to hold him down. And I mean, essentially, we are done. So now all we need to do is wait for all of these crops to grow up for the farmer to pick them. He's going to attempt to trade with this guy here. And because of the angle, so this guy is kind of shooting downwards, the way that he has to actually throw these crops, he throws them pretty much right on top or right into that minecart right there. They get caught. And these guys are throwing me so much pumpkins because of Hero of the Villager. So you can see there, they get caught instantly by the minecart and end up down here in your chest for you to collect. It's a pretty flawless system, and the only thing that you're going to need to do is, I mean, if you're outside like this, you're going to have to protect these guys. 110%. Okay, so there you have it, you guys. You can see I've decorated these a little bit for you, but that is another set of the top 3 early game starter farms. These one require no nether resources whatsoever. I mean, a little bit of iron just for the hoppers. You want to make sure that you keep the villagers in the breeder absolutely safe from all zombies. I mean, that should go without saying. The crop farm too as well. Build it up so that way those guys can stay safe. And you want to make sure that you build the raid farm absolutely away from everything. Up in the sky, over an ocean, over plains with nothing around. Just, yeah, make sure that you don't build it right here where everybody else is, because you're going to have a bad day. You're going to have a bad day. But that's going to do it for this one, you guys. Leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Shop Happy Jab for any world downloads or any other videos you want to watch. Join the Discord too if you need any help with any farms. And, yeah, we're so close. We're so close to 100K doers. It's insane. I love you all so much. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.